A warm good morning, guys. And today's topic of discussion about inclusive education and diversity and its kind. Okay. And before we go ahead, I would like to inform you once again that these topics are very important from your government teaching examination, especially. Okay, no matter which state or which part of India you are, even if you are appearing in any of your state government related exam, okay, related to the teaching field, okay, and also this is important for those students who are pursuing BA degree and those who love to be in the teaching field, those who like to make their career in this field. All right, so it is important for them. Okay, and I have been like teaching this since a long back, and I want to share my knowledge with you guys with this help of the social media here. Okay, so let's go ahead with our today's topic that is known as called inclusive education. First, we will discuss about okay what inclusive education is. So, as it says, inclusive. The term inclusive, what does it mean? The inclusive, it means, as you have heard a similar term like including. So, when you are include something, okay, it means it is inclusive. Okay, so now in education, whom we are inclusive here, we are talking about students. We are trying to include student. And what kind of students we are trying to include here? We are trying to include the student from the different race, different color, different background, different social norms, right? So we are giving them an equal opportunity in the field of education. So that is why the education is here described here, inclusive education. And let's see what this is saying over here. So inclusive education means the different and diverse students, okay, learning side by side, okay, different and diverse, those who are coming from the different kind of background. These students, they learn side by side in the same classroom. When you go in a classroom, right, especially in government sector schools, so you will find the students are coming from the different backgrounds. Okay, they belong to the different religious group, they speak different language, okay, their parents do different profession, okay, and we have included them and we are giving them an equal opportunity in the classroom, so they enjoy their field trips and after school activities also together, right? Means no matter whatever different kind of activities are conducted in the school, they are enjoyed by the students. Now inclusion is a philosophy which embraces the idea that everyone has something of the value to contribute and that everyone has the right to belong. Okay, it means that everybody comes with a different socio economical background and they contribute something for the society, and these words are said by Lisa Friedman, okay, in a book known as called Removing the Stumbling Block. All right, so this is what she said. Now we will look further on the topic. Now we look at the introduction part of inclusion here. So it said inclusion in education is based on the belief that every child can learn and realize her full potential if provided equal opportunity to participate in a school. Okay, supported with resources required as per the condition and taught in a manner appropriate to her needs. Okay, so what inclusion in education means? It means that every child, okay, is if he or she has been provided with an equal opportunity, so they can show their actual or the full potential. Okay, ideally a child must receive education in an environment that is least restrictive and is the most conducive to his or her needs. This means that general education is the placement of the first choice for all, wherein a child with disabilities is with his or her peers without disabilities to maximum degree possible. Okay, so when we talk about inclusive education, so it also include, okay, even the disabled children, those who want to learn, right, when they come to the classroom and they get the opportunity to compete with them, so they feel socially accepted. Okay. Now, such an education is called your inclusive education. It is the most effective and equability of the various models of education for the overall growth and development of all children in both curricular and co-curricular domains. Okay. Now, further it says the children, those who study in the inclusive schools, they develop confidence. Okay, they are imbibe values of sharing and participation. And not only they feel confidence, but they also gain the values of sharing. They learn how to share with others. They learn how to participate with others in different kinds of activities. Thus, inclusion is a human basic right and not a privilege. Okay, so it has been considered that it is a basic right and every child should get this basic right, and it is not only a privilege that certain class of student can get this opportunity of education. Okay. Okay guys, now we are going ahead with our topic, and now next topic is about diversity. As I told you, we are going to discuss now about diversity and its kind. Okay, so the topic name is understanding diversity, linguistic, socio-cultural, economic, gender and disabilities. These are the various kind of diversities are there that we will discuss. So here we have the number one, we have the linguistic diversity. Okay guys, so one of the big diversity which India is having, that is the linguistic diversity. It means we are talking about the language diversity. I read somewhere in a book, it was mentioned in a travel book somewhere, that kosh kosh pe badle pani and kosh kosh pe badle vani. It means that in India when you travel, so after every two steps as you travel, so you will find that people, the taste of water is different, and as well as the taste of language, I mean the language is also different. Okay, so this water may give you the trouble for your belly, and language gives the trouble for your mind. Okay, so this how in India, I mean to say that India is full of the various languages, right? And that is known as called our linguistic diversity. And let's see what it is saying here, that linguistic diversity, like many other countries in the world, the India is a plural lingual. Okay, plural lingual here means it has a various and means so many languages. The language canvas in India is like a mosaic with an overwhelming variety of patterns of speech woven together in an organic whole. Okay, it means that it is a canvas. Okay, the example has been given that it is a big canvas on which we put the different colors, right, to may decorate it. In the same way, India itself is a big canvas and on which we are putting the different colors of languages. A countable proportion of the population is multilingual. Okay, and a big part of our country the population is multilingual. There are many languages and that are used in the social communication. Okay, even we have the different dialects, we can say, right, the different communities, different social groups, they speak different languages now, which are often hybrids of the other languages. Okay, and this community languages or the social communication languages, they have derived from the major languages. Their form has been changed, the way the particular community, particular family, particular clan they speak. There are constant shift from one language to another languages. Okay, and language forms changes, like for example your Hindi is derived from Sanskrit. So Hindi is what, it's a form of Sanskrit, but it has been changed now. All right, if you will find this way, so other languages of India are also connected with the major languages. Okay, next kind of diversity which we are going to discuss, this is number two. Okay, so that is our socio-cultural diversity. Okay, so cultural diversity to a sociologist refers to a variety of human societies or the culture in the world. Okay, like we have the different societies, different cultures, okay, in the world. Okay, and also in our own country. Now to the variety of makeup or the varied cultures of a group or organization or the region, it is also called multiculturalism. Okay, the technical word or the jargon for it is multiculturalism. So our society is multiculturalism, and if due to this multiculturalism, when a student come to the classroom, when a child come to the classroom, they come with a different, they carry their culture along with them. Okay, and this makes a diversity in the classroom. All right, so it includes the various social structures, belief systems, rituals, ways of living, of strategies, of cultures adhered to for adapting the life to the life situation in the various parts of the world. So these all are the different backgrounds from which a child comes to the school. The phrase cultural diversity is also sometimes used to mean the variety of human societies or the cultures in specific regions or in the world. Over thousands of years, the geographical, historical, and religious influences have woven the colorful fabric of Indian culture, one of the oldest known to humanity. Okay, means the Indian culture has been one of the oldest culture in humanity. And today also India is popular for its own culture. Okay, whether you take the Rajasthani culture, Gujarati, Punjabi, or South Indian culture, whatever, India is popular on the in the world because of its cultural plurality. Okay, the complex demographic profile left in our society by the distinctly different looking Aryans, Asian, and Dravidians. Okay, these three different classes were there. Okay, those who have given the different impact on our culture, has been the forerunners of our sociocultural diversity in many ways. Religion, in many forms, is the basis of the cultural context. Okay, so we have a great influence of all these claims. This is an amidst with every aspect of the life and culture in India and is a prime factor that contributes to our diversity. In fact, every region within a state of India has its own identity owing to the rich cultural heritage quite different from the neighboring regions and of course the other states of the country. Means our culture is different not only from our neighbors, it is also different from our state level, it's also different at our country level. The types of festival, the ways of celebration of this festival, okay, even if some are same across the states, and the religious rituals contribute to the unique identity of the each of the regions. It says that some of our even the festival. You just take an example of Makar Sankranti. Okay, like if you go in the Gujarat, so you will find at the occasion of Makar Sankranti, people fly kites and whatnot. But if you go in the North India, right? So in especially Punjab side, so people they celebrate Lori and whatnot, right? This is like a harvesting festival for them. If you will go in the South India at the same time, so you will find people are celebrating some another festival. Okay, so this is how we have cultural pluralism. Okay, so now it is the this richness and the uniqueness of the cultural heritage of the different regions of each state that contribute to our cultural diversity. And as each state is having its own culture, its own language, its own ways of living, and this is something which is adding to our cultural diversity. And this is how the students they come in a classroom for this different kind of backgrounds. Okay, guys, the next kind of our diversity we are talking about here is economic diversity we also have. Okay, so what is the economic diversity? Economic diversity here, in fact, I talk to in a layman language here. So it means this there is a there is a different there are a different kind of people in our country, in our state, in our society. And what is the difference? That is economic difference we are talking about, right? You may find a rich person, you may find a middle class people, you may find the poor people, right? So that comes into the category of our economic diversity. Let's see what it says. The varied levels of social classes, okay, varied level of social classes, and the gap between these have been increasingly contributing to the diversity of our society. So there is a gap between people, right, between the social classes. Now, what kind of gap it is? That it is on the basis of their financial status. From the time the caste system got rooted in our society and education got monopolized. Okay, monopolized means a particular group had command on it. Okay, by the upper caste people. Okay, they said that we have our monopoly on it. Okay, who knew Sanskrit, especially the people those who were knowing Sanskrit at that time in the olden days, they were claiming that we have the monopoly on our education. Okay. The seeds of the class difference also got sown in our soil also. Thus, the money power related to the caste class gave rise to the economic differences and added yet another dimension to our diversity. Okay, and this economic diversity you can easily see even it is presently persisting in our society, that can be seen in any form, right? Even if you will look in the form of what I can say, your present pandemic of COVID-19, you can see the people with money in their pocket, they can go to the best of the hospitals. But on the other hand, there are people, those who are not able to afford this, so they go to the government hospital, they may not get the proper treatment, right? So this is just an example of our economic diversity over here. Okay, guys, our next topic is about gender diversity. Now we are going to talk about gender diversity. Okay, so when we talk about gender diversity in a simple language or in the layman language, I can say that in our society we can see there's a vast difference. Okay, in vast difference in what ways? I'm talking about a difference in the male and female. All right, if a male child has been treated very differently from a female child. Okay, so this is known as called our gender inequality in the society. right? So we are talking about the gender diversity, that how the males are treated, how females are treated, okay? And especially in a country like India, this is a male dominating country, so where the male has been considered as a breadwinner of the family, and females, still till date, I'm talking about it till date present, that no doubt the scenario is changing, but it is changing at a very slow pace, all right? And till date the society is kind of a male dominating society. Okay, no doubt the women are coming up and the things are changing, but it will still take more time, right? So let's see what it is saying about the gender diversity. So gender is a social construct where the sex of a person is a biological status. Okay, now gender diversity refers to the difference in the societal outlook to the people around via their sex. Okay, this is how the society look at a person. Okay, like just you have been judged by your sex. Like for an example, that if a woman or a female tries to drive a motorbike like a Royal Enfield or something, so that may be looked in a very different point of view from the society, especially for in a rural area. Maybe the cities, things are a bit different over there in the urban areas, but in the rural areas, the woman will be looked in a very odd manner. All right, just because, see, this is something, a gender stereotype, where this has been it has been considered that this motorbike is only meant for the men, okay, and not for the women. So right from the ancient times, a female has been considered as the weaker of the two. Okay, and the woman has been always considered as weaker part when we compare to the male and female. A female as a child is to be protected by her father. Means when there is a girl child, so first of all the father protect. Okay, this is a duty. This has been considered in the society, that is father's duty to protect female child. And when that girl child grow up and get married, so wife will be protected by husband. Okay, and when after marriage she becomes mother, so then the mother will be protected by son. Okay, so her role is to bear the children. And what is the role considered of a female? Just to bear children, means to give birth to children and look after everyone in the family. All right, so this is a limited role which has been given in the society to the female here. A male is outlooked upon as the breadwinner, and what is the role of the male has been considered here? Just to go out and earn money for the family and to support family. As a breadwinner, he is a protector, he is a savior. Okay, savior means also related to your protector, but only similar. So he is a protector of the family. From this social discriminatory disposition of males and females, the life experience of the girl and boy have been very different from each other. Okay, just because of their sex. This difference immensely contributes to diversity. Okay, and this difference is giving contribution to the diversity in our country, in our society, to varying degrees across the regions. Okay, guys, now with this topic, we bind up our today's topic of discussion, that is inclusive education and diversity and its kind. Okay, so once again, my best wishes are there with you guys, no matter which exam you are preparing for. All right, all the best, and hopefully see you in the next video with more detail on these topics. All right, bye bye and have a nice day.